Welcome to this live explainer. I'm John, your resident pop culture fanatic.
And I'm Rita. Today, we are unpacking a fascinating, multi-layered digital ecosystem known as Stork HUB. Whether you're watching this on your phone or if you're listening on your Echo Dot while making breakfast, we are thrilled to have you here.
Absolutely. If you've ever felt like modern media is too siloed, like, having to go to one place for gaming, another for hard-hitting investigative journalism, and yet another for local food reviews, Stork HUB completely shatters that mold. It weaves together the most eclectic elements of the modern human experience into one cohesive network.
Directed by Mexican playwright Ehécatl Abel, this platform operates on a single powerful motto, Creando conforme hablamos, which translates to creating as we speak. It's an ethos that perfectly captures their approach. They blend humor, digital culture, and heavy social critique in real time, reacting to the world as it unfolds. And hey, Stork HUB is everywhere. Literally 25 platforms, 25 ways to laugh and learn with us. Follow the source material on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want. Don't miss a single episode.
Exactly. So to see how they pull this off, we'll look at their four main pillars on the agenda today: humor and social critique, cyberpunk HR and tech bubbles, Fortnite and virtual worlds, and local food and national laws. And to give you an idea of how much this resonates, just look at their Wrapped for Creators 2025 data. Fans are sharing this content everywhere. 51% on Facebook, 8% on Instagram, 8% through direct links, and 33% across other channels. The community is massive.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Humor and Social Critique.
This is really the foundational layer of how Stork HUB structures its narrative storytelling to reflect on modern life. They cleverly categorize their reflections into 5 distinct conceptual sections. Chronos deals with temporal stories. Gamma focuses on everyday situations with unexpected twists. Neos brings in new generational perspectives. Geos is all about location-based stories, and Cosmos takes a step back for grand universal reflections. And every story we share about Stork HUB has a little piece of reality. Find their content on Google Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Because laughing is also reflecting, especially when you hit those deep Cosmos moments.
Moving right along to Section 2, Cyberpunk HR and Tech Bubbles. This is where that conceptual framework builds into their deep dive investigative content. A prime example is their episode titled RRHH The Crystal Cage, specifically Side A. Instead of a dry standard business report, Stork HUB frames the modern human resources industry through a gritty, cyberpunk detective lens. It's presented as a profound journalistic investigation into the dark side of modern HR management.
It's wild how brilliantly this illustrates the stark contrast they explore. On one side, you have the corporate official narrative, companies promoting wellness, balance, and employee happiness. But on the other side, Stork HUB exposes the harsh digital reality. We're talking discriminatory AI screening candidates, intense digital surveillance, the posting of fake job offers, and widespread employee burnout. It's a fascinating look at the ethical collapse happening right behind the scenes.
Stork HUB is not just a podcast, it's a community. We're on all platforms waiting for you. Subscribe, share, be part of this story. And that community aspect is vital when they tackle their analysis of the broader technology sector. They pose a critical question here. Are we facing an AI bubble? It's a battle of massive AI investments versus creative destruction. They point out that excessive investments in artificial intelligence are fundamentally redefining how we understand innovation.
To help their audience actually navigate this rapidly shifting AI web, they break down emerging concepts like GEO, or generative engine optimization. As search engines shift toward AI-curated responses, Stork HUB provides a strategic framework. They warn against relying on algorithmic manipulation, stressing instead that organic traffic will now depend entirely on the true authority, utility, and authenticity of your content.
That brings us to Section 3, Fortnite and virtual worlds.
This is where it gets really fun. Stork HUB actively highlights creators building within digital spaces, specifically showcasing a developer named Lobo Guantarojo. This creator designs custom islands inside Fortnite. These aren't just standard maps. They are meticulously crafted environments meant to foster direct social interaction and personalized experiences. Fun fact, our friend Amy actually played these maps over the weekend and reported a literal 100% engagement rate. She couldn't put the controller down.
They are so integrated into this community that they actually provide the direct access codes. You can jump right into Lobo Gantaro's 1 versus 1 competitive map, Isla Sandunga PvP, using this exact numerical code in the game's search menu.
Look, if you like to laugh and think at the same time, this is for you. Stork HUB is available on Deezer, Adapter, Flow, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Hit play, you won't regret it.
But true to their analytical nature, they also offer sharp critiques of the game's underlying mechanics. They ask a very pointed question. Does Fortnite's skill-based matchmaking generate frustration by pitting average players against professionals? They hypothesize that the system might prioritize retaining novices by heavily using bots for quick matchmaking, effectively sacrificing competitive balance just to keep new players engaged.
And now for Section 4, Local Food and National Laws. Let's see how they pivot here.
Here is where Stork HUB wonderfully pivots to highly localized Mexican realities. They proudly integrate the sponsorship of local gastronomy, specifically Wafflelandia and Charlie Waffles at Centro Maya in Playa del Carmen. They break down the innovative menu with genuine enthusiasm, highlighting sweet and savory Korean-style waffles, cold meat combos, Italian sodas, and creamy fraps. So we actually have to ask you guys right now, what is your ultimate waffle combination? Drop that thought in your head because we are officially hungry.
Yet, within the exact same platform, they tackle heavy, sweeping national policies. Right alongside waffle reviews, you will find deep analyses of the July 2025 Telecommunications and Broadcasting Law, known as the LMTR. You'll often see the familiar Stork HUB Media++ watermark on their graphics when they transition into this serious, investigative reporting mode.
To give some context, they track the historical tension in Mexico's telecom sector. You can see the pendulum swinging, from the privatization of Telmex in the 1990s to the constitutional reform of 2013 and 2014 that created the IFT as an autonomous regulator to protect market competition. And finally, all the way to July 16, 2025, when the new LMTR law was published, effectively bringing an end to the IFT's technical autonomy.
Stork HUB presents this major historical shift impartially, posing the question clearly to their audience. Is the 2025 telecom law a social revolution or an institutional regression? They lay out the tension between market openness and state control, leaving you to weigh whether this new law represents a societal step forward or backward for Mexico.
It's heavy stuff. Last call on this, guys. Subscribe to Stork HUB on your favorite platform. Instagram, YouTube, wherever you are, we're there. Don't miss out.
As we wrap up this explainer, we can clearly see how Stork HUB weaves a unique, eclectic tapestry of the modern human experience. By operating under their mantra of creating as we speak, they absolutely refuse to be boxed into a single genre.
In an age where digital algorithms constantly try to narrow our focus into specific echo chambers, does embracing this wildly diverse ecosystem, jumping from sweet local waffles to cyberpunk HR, virtual Fortnite islands, and national telecom laws, actually give us a clearer, more authentic picture of our beautifully chaotic reality?
It's definitely something to think about the next time you curate your own media diet. Thank you for being here, for listening to us. Remember that Stork HUB is just a click away on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you prefer. Keep creating as we speak.